Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Summer Cup in the Great League, and we're going to try out a different team here. Let's see what team we're going to be running. We're going to be trying out the Trevenant paired with the Shadow Poliwrath and the Ampharos. So here they switch out into the Obstagoon. We are going to have the absolute best counter to this thing for our team. We're going to be able to just tank the move, farm it down, have a ton of energy to throw back at whatever comes back in. Ends up being the Azumarill, and Azumarill here is going to tank the Scold. We do get the debuff as well, so this Azumarill is going to struggle big time to even take out our Trevenant. So we're going to tank this move here. Only is an Ice Beam. We are going to be able to get to another Scold here to chip away at the health of Azumarill. It doesn't quite take it out, but look at that. Poliwrath taking the Azumarill into the red is crazy. That is the power of the Shadow Poliwrath. We're going to come right back in with our Ampharos. This Ampharos here is coming back in because we don't have to shield whatever they throw, as opposed to the Trevenant. Potentially we have to shield an Ice Beam. So now we see what they have in the back. Ends up being the Vigoroth. Vigoroth did tank the first move. We're going to shield here. This body stem would get us in range of a potential farm down, and we have a good amount of energy to throw still, so good investment of shield right there. Throwing another Thunder Punch. This Thunder Punch does finally get the shield from our opponent, and then we're going to try to catch a move. No catch right there, but because this Trevenant is fairly healthy, we should be able to survive these moves. They throw the body stem base, so good play by them, but all we have to do here is just get to 2 Seed Bombs. From this range, and a Rock Slide will not KO, so we can survive. Oh, they're not even running Rock Slide. They're running the Bulldoze, which is also a resistant move. So nice, interesting moveset by my opponent. And we're going to be able to win this game right here. I guess the Bulldoze is to deal some neutral damage towards the hard counter of Annihilate instead of running the Rock Slide. So kind of a spicy move right there. But luckily for us, we were able to figure it out and win that game. Trevenant was a huge counter to their entire team, especially the Azumarill and their Vigoroth. All right, next we have the Trevenant versus the Dugong. We kind of have 3 things good against this. This is probably the worst case scenario. Oh, unfortunately, it looks like our opponent here either lost their phone or lagged out, or they just admire our Trevenant so much. So we're just going to try to speed up this process. Let's see what they have in the back. Dugong, maybe paired with the Annihilate, I'm guessing, or maybe some kind of Flyer. Okay, ends up being the Toxapeck. Toxapeck here would introduce more electric weakness. So put your guesses in the comments and let's see what you think is in the very, very back, considering we've already seen 2 water types. It could be like a Trevenant. It could be maybe some kind of ground type is my guess. We don't know. We'll find out kind of soon after this Ampharos is able to farm it down. Hopefully this trainer gets their connection better, or maybe give it a little reset. Force quit reset helps sometimes, trainer. Okay, let's see. Okay, there you go. There's the Trevenant. Makes sense. They were ABA weak to electric types, so team makes sense. At least they had a viable team. And I don't know. Let us know in the comments if you think that we would have been able to win that game regardless. We did have 3 counters to their Dugong, so maybe if they matched up their Trevenant against our Poliwrath, it would have been a different story. But nonetheless, and on to the next game. Let's see if we can get some additional wins right there. So we do have the pairing of the Poliwrath and the Trevenant. It is kind of a good core, but it does have obviously double weakness to the Flyers, and that's why we have the Ampharos. So, okay, our opponent here does switch into their Victory Bell. We're going to be able to get this Icy Wind out, get a shield from our opponent, and now we just have to come back in with our Trevenant, I believe. We're going to get some additional energy. And we're going to see, let's see if we end up throwing a move, or do we end up trying to farm it down. So we do throw this Seed Bomb here to apply the pressure. They are aware that they're going to be able to survive it. We're going to let this one go because we know that they potentially could have Acid Spray, and we don't want to really shield an Acid Spray. So right there, we did sneak in a fast move, and then we switch out So the damage was applied to the Ampharos. We're going to shield here. Ends up only being the Thunder Punch. They switch out into their Swampert. So Swampert here is going to be able to beat our Ampharos, but Ampharos potentially could learn Trailblaze. So kind of a risky play. They did make the right call, and we are not running Trailblaze. But you can see right there, 2 brutal swings takes out a Shadow Swampert, which is insane. Okay, right here, we are able to just farm down with our Trevenant because they are running a Shadow Typhlosion. And lucky for us, we are able to survive 1 Incinerate. And because the Incinerate take so long to register damage, we are just able to win with pure fast move pressure. So GG Stripe on it. On to the next game. We got the great lead of Trevenant onto their Quagsire, forcing them to switch out into their Charjabug. So Charjabug here would have been decent against our Poliwrath. We're going to use our Ampharos right here to just soak up energy. You can see right here, they throw a move to force us to make a decision, but we actually wanted them to throw it because we want to unleash this Brutal Swing energy. This Brutal Swing energy is going to get some neutral damage. We do have back-to-back, so now we apply the pressure back towards them. Are they going to shield or are they going to let this go? They decide to shield. That's fine. And now we have a decision. Do we shield here or let it go? We're going to decide to let it go and hope that we can take this out with our Trevenant. Because Trevenant is able to survive 1x Scissor, we're going to let this one go and look for the farm down and just try to snowball their backline with a lot of energy on the Trevenant. Trevenant here is going to be meant against the Skeledirge. We are going to throw a move here, trying to get this last shield. We do get the shield. Our opponent here does throw an additional Incinerate, but we are able to take this out because they have no more shields. That Shadow Ball did a ton of damage after grabbing that last shield. And now we are met with a Quagsire, and this is a great situation for us. All we have to do is just shield once, and we're going to be able to win this game no matter what move they threw. And now this is going to allow us to just go crazy on the Quagsire because they have no more shields. We can survive any move here. I even think an Earthquake would be able to be okay here, but GG Star opponent able to win that game with the Shadow Poliwrath. But I think the key play right there was getting a ton of energy and taking advantage of the Trevenant ability to get to a Shadow Ball and be able to threaten KOs. So nice play by us. On to the next game. We got a terrible lead right here. This is a really hard counter. I'm going to switch out into the Ampharos, see what they have. They have the Vigoroth, so not a hard counter to the Ampharos, but manageable. We throw the Thunder Punch to deal some neutral damage. Here, we basically have to try to win switch here or allow this Vigoroth to take us out and try to get a lot of energy advantage. So we're going to elect to try to win this switch here. Our opponent here does throw a ton of body slam. We're going to double shield the situation. Trying to get the farm down. Unfortunately, unable to get to the farm down. So we're going to have to throw this Thunder Punch. I believe maybe even if they shield here, they get killed because that health is so low. But they decide to just let it go. We're going to save the energy on our Ampharos and switch out into our Trevenant. This Trevenant has no play, so we're going to force them to use their energy. They do take out our Trevenant. Now we have to deal with this Feraligatr and the Pidgeot. So we're going to come back in with our Poliwrath right here. Because they're Feraligatr, we can tank any and all the moves. They revealed that they had Crunch. Maybe they throw another Crunch to try to get the debuff. That makes sense. And now we have to deal with this Pidgeot. So Pidgeot here has to tank this, or sorry, has to shield this Icy Wind. We get the debuff, forcing them to use some energy right here. And we are able to get this move for a potential KO. Let's see. No, not quite, but we are able to combo play right there because we did save a move on our Ampharos. So GG Star opponent ended up winning that game. Close game. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.